let's listen to that soundtrack. Hey guys, I'm Nate. Welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to specifically talk about the sound system in the Hellcat. So this is a 2015. I got this with the upgraded sound system. So that's what the one I'm going to be talking about today is the Harmon Kardon. So any of y'all that are thinking about getting a Hellcat, I think you have the option now between the Harmon and maybe the Alpine. But the Harmon Kardon is the one that comes with, it's supposed to be like 19 speakers. I don't even know where they all are. I'm assuming there's probably like 2 speakers together, like a tweeter and a mid-range, or tweeter and a low-end speaker somewhere in the grills together. Because up front I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know there's 2 in the back, so that's 7. There's probably 2 on the parcel shelf, that's another 9. And then the 2 subwoofers in the truck, that's 11. So there's 8 speakers. I'm not really sure where they are. What I can tell you though is this system, it's gotta be one of the best systems that I've ever heard stock in a car. And I think it actually, I mean, if I was to say, it probably rivals some aftermarket systems. All right, I'm gonna get on the highway here. Got 19 speakers in this thing. It doesn't have like that granular of an equalizer. So here, look, let me go into the sound settings here and I'll show you what I mean. Here, pretty much it's very basic, right? So you have your regular balance and fader, you have your equalizer, but it's only a 3-band equalizer. So you get bass, mid, treble, and then you have the options for speed adjusted, which I leave this off. I never find that speed adjusted volume work ever well in any of the cars I've had it in. You have surround sound, which again, I leave it off. I don't really like the way that it sounds. I'm not trying to watch the latest Die Hard movies in this, just listen to music. I don't really care about the surround sound. This, I guess, is aux. I don't really connect much in the aux. I have my Bluetooth audio. I can control the sound from the phone. So this is pretty much how I have it set up. Equalizer, I like a little bit more on the mid and the treble. There are the subwoofers in the back to provide a little bit more bass, so I feel like that works out pretty well. But the system overall, I feel it just sounds really good. And I've listened to systems. In my previous car, I had an Infiniti. Those used to come with Bose sound systems. They were okay. Never found them to be that great. I ended up swapping those out, and it's a real pain in the current systems right now to swap them out. Everything's integrated to the dash. So, and if you try to tap into a factory head unit, you just don't get that same level of quality that you do with line out outputs, like the actual RCAs that come out of the back of the sound systems. So I've tried stuff like the JL Audio used to make this thing called a clean sweep that's supposed to clean that all up. Never found any of that stuff to work. Best sound systems I found are, you go in an aftermarket unit, you have an amp in the back, you run the RCA cables to them, and then you have a crossover to control if you want, where you want your highs and lows to go. All of that equipment adds up. It's a pain to install. You have to maintain it, you need the fuses, all of that stuff. With this, stock just sounds good. And again, comparing this to Bose systems and Infinitis, the Mark Levinsons and Lexuses, all good systems, but I don't know, there's just something about this Harmon Kardon system that comes in a Dodge, not a luxury brand, that just sounds really good. So here, let's go put some music on here, find something. I listen to a lot of like retro wave, which is some weird stuff nowadays, but here, let's put something on. So here, some kind of like rock. I don't know if you're gonna get this through the camera, obviously, but the bass kicks well, got good highs. Like, it just sounds really well put together, right? I'll put something on the radio. Again, just sounds really good. And these sound systems, they get pretty loud. Right? I mean, you're not going to be winning any sound competitions with it, but it sounds pretty good. For everyday driving, I feel like the system just sounds pretty good. It's pretty well balanced. And it's just a super comfortable place to be. It's just, you know, I mean, you guys have seen my daily driving video. it's just another one of those things that just makes this car a pleasure to drive on a daily basis. Got a good sound system, it's comfortable, just, yeah, everything just kind of works together. Now, the only downside of the Harmon Kardon, probably Alpine also, because I think it uses the same setup, is in the trunk, you have this, it's almost like, you know, it's like polystyrene setup where the subwoofer sits, right? So you got your subwoofer, you got your battery, all of that stuff there. Now, if you do have the upgraded sound system, if you wanted to add a spare tire, there are a few different manufacturers that will sell you a spare tire kit with the spacers that you can use on a Hellcat. The only downside you run into on this car is you're not going to have space for it in the trunk, underneath the mat. You'll have to keep it in the trunk, right, which will take up some of your trunk space. You won't be able to hide it underneath the trunk floor. I personally, I mean, yeah, you know, you need it when you don't have it. It's like insurance, I suppose. I personally would prefer the sound system, maybe take away some of that trunk space. I don't really use the trunk space that much, but yeah, I'd rather have the audio system probably any day versus that. The STI I used to have had a really good sound system. It was professionally tuned, everything. I think I had like one 12-inch sub in the back or 10 in the back and everything. But even that, I don't know, I still really like the sound system in this car. And you got the power, right? So the other sound system you get in this car is the supercharger, right? So, and the exhaust. So let's listen to that soundtrack. That's the best soundtrack that this car offers. But the sound system isn't bad also. So if you do want to listen to some music, you can listen to some music in style, whatever type of music you like. I've listened to rock music, hip hop music, dance music, trance music, the retro wave stuff, 80s music, whatever it is. I like all types of different music, just depends on kind of what I'm feeling that during that time. I go through my phases depending on what I like. And it all sounds really good in this car. I really like it. You add a little bit of supercharger into the mix, there you go. So what do you guys think? The guys of you that have the Hellcats, did you get the upgraded sound system? Do you have the base sound system? What do you guys feel like? Do you wish you got the upgraded system if you had the base system? Does the base system sound pretty good? Love to hear from you in the comments. Otherwise, check out these next videos and I'll see you there. Thanks. Bye.